So we almost got hit by a truck driver who doesn't know how to judge left turns. Luckily, there was just enough time for me to back up and no one was behind me, so I avoided being hit by a truck. What is my life? Hey viewers, my name's Kara. This is my personal channel, thank you for watching, and I just wanted to make a quick video, quick-ish, talking about this past weekend and also about a video project that you're going to see later this week in a couple days or so. So where do I begin? If you guys know me at all by, watching my videos, watching the Pagan Perspective collab, reading my blog, I don't know, however way that you guys know me, you probably know that I get really passionate and riled up and energetic about things that I really care a lot about, causes that mean a lot to me. And sometimes when those things get a lot of negativity, I tend to be really affected by that. And I really try not to be, but on occasion it just happens all at once, and so it's harder to deal with when it's a big glob than when it's just one at a time, you know? And it has to be expected whenever you're talking about something that's really, really important to you and you're putting that out in the public, you know that some people are going to be negative about that. I know that, you know that. It was an accepted thing when I started vlogging. But like I said, it's just harder when it's a lot all at once. So this past Friday was another one of those days for me. I was looking through some old comments, working on getting ready to do a new video project for you guys, which I'm not sure is gonna happen now. It's kind of on pause. And there was just a lot of negative comments from years ago that I had never seen, and it was just so startling to me. And people in my personal life worry about me a lot because of this, because I care so much about these things that people are so intensely negative about. And it kind of gets to me that people don't care about the same things that I care about. And I'm sure you have things like that too. Whatever it is that you care about, I'm sure you can relate in that way. So on Friday, I started this video project little thing that you guys are going to see later this week. I did finish this project that I'm talking about now. I started a little project about kind of, how can I de-stress from these types of things, and how can I just remain calm, cool, and collected in the face of all of this, because that is really important, that if I'm gonna be so active in these areas, I need to maintain that balance. And so this weekend happened, a lot of stuff happened this weekend, and it was just over and over kind of reaffirming to me that my role as an activist and being really passionate is a legitimate, valid thing for me. So I just wanted to share with you what happened this weekend. On Saturday morning, I attended a meeting of different faith communities for anti-fracking awareness. I live in a rural community where fracking is very much a possibility and something that we need to make sure that people know about, the harms to the environment and the risks that we're taking. Some communities don't have to worry about this because they've already got their safeguards in place or whatever, but our area is really affected by this. So there's a group of faith communities. There's more than 40 faith communities involved. There's Catholics, Protestants, Jewish communities, Unitarian Universalist churches, which is how I got into it. Some people at my UU are very involved in this group. So I went to this meeting, and it was in a Christian church, first of all, near where I went to college. So I attended the meeting because I knew where it was. I had never been inside this church before. Some denomination of Christian, I think it might be Unitarian, not sure. But the church itself was just buzzing with this wonderful energy. And I wasn't sure if it was the energy from the other people who were there for this cause and their good energy, and everybody kind of bouncing off of each other, or if it was the energy of the church itself from its usual adherents and services and things like that. But whatever it was just this overwhelming, buzzing, pulsating energy, and I actually got sick at first from it, until I kind of calmed down and realized that's what it was. Took several deep breaths and adjusted myself to it, and then it was just a really good place to be. And we learned a lot. There were a lot of great speakers. There was a young man around my age who talked to us about direct action, got us up and moving around and talking about, what's appropriate for this cause and what isn't, what kinds of social movements have there been throughout history. So it was very fun, and through his speech, I just realized that, yes, it is very important to maintain this calm, cool undercurrent about it, but what I had been thinking on Friday was, maybe I really need to step back and not care about these issues so much, and what I was reminded of on Saturday morning is that that's absolutely not what I need to do, and instead I can still be very involved in these aspects and I can still care very much, and in fact that is extremely important. So I went away from that, we had lunch afterwards, I didn't get to speak to that person, but I talked to some other people. I spoke to some nuns from a Catholic school in my area where my grandmother used to work in the cafeteria when she was much younger, and I mentioned her name to them, and they said, "Oh my gosh, your grandmother's a legend! Everyone knows her there." So that was really cool, you know, just networking with people of all different faiths who are just coming together for this same cause. It was just such a great day, you know? And then lunch was over, I showed some more people around the campus and showed them the different places and whatnot, and it was a really beautiful day. Pretty cold, but pretty beautiful as well. And then I hung out on campus all day, saw some of my friends, and then that night I saw the theater department's production, which was a musical review following the history and development of musical theater throughout the years. Very cool, very crazy, but very cute. So I really enjoyed it, and I ended up spending the night there that night on the couch in the lounge where I used to live. Drove myself to my church Sunday morning, which was twice the distance from where I was as opposed to being at home. Went to church. The service itself was just like, okay, a service. It was a poetry service to beckon spring, but nothing was really notable except that the fact that the woman who read an Emily Dickinson poem just decided to change some of the words, and I don't really know why. And I carry a book of Emily Dickinson poetry in my bag, and that poem was in there, so I was like looking at it and I was like, why are the words different? What is she reading? I don't know. But anyway, service was as usual. Afterward, however, I caught up with some more people who had more job ideas for me and just more encouragement. We might get together to go see some films at the International Film Festival next month. But after all of this, I stayed because my church was showing a documentary about women in the media. It's called Misrepresentation. It was originally produced for the OWN network, but I hear you can watch it online. I don't know if that's supposed to be hush-hush, but you can look it up. Misrepresentation, M-I-S-S. It involves a lot of women who are very prevalent in the media, whether it be as an actor or as a CEO or a news anchor, things like that. Women that came up being in the media eye a lot, talking about the way that women are portrayed. There were also a lot of personal stories from, you know, high school girls and boys, and, you know, talking about their experiences, their sisters, people talking about their daughters, men who have hired women in traditionally male roles and how they got flack for that because people think women can't do certain things. Very good documentary. Check it out if you're interested in that. But basically it was just another opportunity for the weekend and the universe to kind of, you know, send me a message that what you are doing is important. Because that whole documentary and everything we were talking about in the meeting with Direct Action is about the fact that we need some people to stand up and speak out and really to care about these things and to get riled up and things like that. The supporters who don't do the standing and the speaking are very important as well, and we could not have any movements really without them, without our allies. But it just made me feel a lot better because I was coming from this place on Friday where I was like, you know, why do I bother talking about this? Why do I put up with the negativity? And I was just reminded throughout this whole weekend, I do it because I feel that it's doing good. I put up with the negativity because of all the positivity that I get too. And that's you guys. That's from you. And so I just wanted to kind of talk about how, you know, how great it felt this weekend to be reminded that what I'm doing is, you know, something that I really do care about. And it's not something that's going to go away. And I do have, you know, all these times on occasion where I wonder, you know, should I just stop talking about this stuff because I'm so tired of getting yelled at about it? But no, I'm not going to. I'm not going anywhere. So in a couple days, I'm not going to post it right away because I want people to have time to watch this video, but in a couple days I'm going to post a project that I did, the one about being calm and stress-free in a very stressful environment where I live now. Just kind of a little bit of my thoughts and feelings on that subject. And then I'm actually going to post a second version of that, which is just kind of going to be a calming thing in itself. I hope it. I feel that it's calming to me without my thoughts. So there's going to be like a version where I'm speaking and a version where I'm not. So I hope you'll look forward to that. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Until then, do not forget to be awesome. Blessed be. I mean both of those things wholeheartedly. And goodbye. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling very theatrical.